I feel happiness in my heart that I can come back here for a fight in Vegas. Nice. I mean, that's what I want.
I mean, simple answer, yes. But it just depends. It depends what version of that 46-year-old we're getting. Manny's had a lot of tough fights. He's had a long career. He's been in a lot of weight classes. He's fought much bigger men a lot of his career.
Huge fight, easily, it could be fight of the year. This is my moment. Like I said, I'm defending my title against a legend, and I couldn't have been more honored.
In the modern era of boxing, few debates are more intense than experience versus power. It's the classic clash of generations, the veteran versus the hungry contender. But when you bring Manny Pacquiao into that conversation, it's not just experience we're talking about. It's legacy, timing, intelligence, and generational greatness. And as the world gears up for his monumental bout against Mario Barrios, the question isn't just who hits harder, it's who knows more. Barrios brings youth, fire, and a devastating left hook. But Manny brings decades of war, a mind sharpened by legends, and a heart that's never known fear. This is more than just a fight. It's a measuring stick of eras. And today on Box Hub, we break down the real battle beneath the gloves, one quote at a time.
I mean, simple answer, yes. But it just depends. It depends what version of that 46-year-old we're getting. Manny's had a lot of tough fights. He's had a long career. He's been in a lot of weight classes. He's fought much bigger men a lot of his career.
Chris Algieri frames the entire matchup with a crucial question. Which version of 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao is stepping into that ring? This question echoes through every corner of the boxing world. Manny is no stranger to defying odds. But even the most legendary warriors must eventually confront time. Chris, having faced Manny himself, isn't simply doubting him. He's highlighting the truth that age changes everything, especially in a sport this unforgiving. Still, he's cautious with his assessment. He respects Pacquiao's journey through multiple weight classes, his decades of wars, and his refusal to back down from challenges. But he also knows that power, reflexes, and volume don't age gracefully. And in Mario Barrios, Manny isn't just facing a talented fighter. He's facing a young, hungry champion who hasn't been through the same wear and tear. This isn't a tune-up, this is a threat. Yet even in Algieri's voice, there's a flicker of hope, because deep down, he knows that if anyone can turn back the clock, it's Manny Pacquiao. The question isn't whether Manny still has skill. The question is, does he have enough left in the tank to silence youth once again?
But listen, if anybody can do it, man, it's Manny. Manny is special. He is a one of one. There's never been a Manny Pacquiao. There will never be another Manny Pacquiao. So that nostalgia in my mind gives me hope that he actually could go out there and do it again.
In the next breath, Chris reminds us what truly separates Manny from every other fighter alive. He's one of one. This isn't hyperbole. It's history. Manny's career spans generations, continents, and weight divisions. His resume isn't just impressive. It's unrepeatable. And that's why even now, there's belief in his comeback. Chris isn't betting blindly. He's drawing from the deep well of Manny's past miracles, his explosive flurries, his savage southpaw counters, his near-psychic timing. He's seen what Manny could do to younger, stronger, supposedly fresher fighters. And nostalgia isn't just emotional, it's strategic. Manny knows how to weaponize the past. When the bell rings, Barrios will be standing across from a man who's not just fighting, he's representing an entire legacy. But this belief also comes with danger. If Manny is even half a step slower, if the ring rust sticks, then nostalgia won't win rounds. It'll leave him vulnerable. Barrios isn't coming to pay homage. He's coming to make his own name. So while Manny's legacy is his greatest strength, it's also the weight he must carry. The nostalgia gives hope, but it won't win the fight. Manny still has to prove, once again, that he isn't done yet.
Listen, the volume's probably not going to be there. The exceptional elite level footwork's not going to be there. But listen, that boxing IQ is going to be there. That timing probably won't be there because he's been out of the ring, but that's why he's got Freddie Roach. You got to work on it in the gym. So, it's going to be what version of that 46-year-old shows up.
Now, Chris turns tactical, and this is where things get very real. He says it plainly. Manny has always excelled against taller opponents. And Barrios, tall, aggressive, front foot fighter, heavy jab, hard left hook. Basically, tailor-made for Manny's southpaw traps. Here's where experience becomes lethal. Manny has made a career out of chopping down trees. From De La Hoya to Margarito, he's carved through men with height and reach advantages by mastering angles, closing distance and launching rapid-fire counters. He thrives in chaos. Barrios fights heavy on the lead foot, which means he'll be open for those signature Pacquiao flurries, especially the rear hand counter over the jab. The blueprint is there, and Manny's muscle memory is scary. He's not just thinking about what to do. His body already knows. Even if the speed is down a notch, the pattern recognition is elite. Barrios may have youth, but Manny has the mental database of a god-tier tactician. If Barrios keeps fighting like he always does, Manny will see every opening before Barrios even knows he's showing one.
Listen, the volume's probably not going to be there. The exceptional elite level footwork's not going to be there. But listen, that boxing IQ is going to be there. That timing probably won't be there because he's been out of the ring, but that's why he's got Freddie Roach. You got to work on it in the gym. So, it's going to be what version of that 46-year-old shows up.
Chris ends his analysis with one of the most important insights of the entire pre-fight breakdown. Even if Manny's speed and footwork aren't what they used to be, his boxing IQ is untouched. This matters more than most people realize, because against a young, strong opponent, you don't just need power, you need answers. What Manny may lack in volume or flash, he now makes up for an economy. His shots are smarter. His timing is more calculated. He's not trying to overwhelm anymore. He's trying to dissect. With Freddie Roach in his corner, those adjustments are drilled into every movement. They know the youth won't flinch. They know Barrios will come forward. So they build a plan that leans on craft, not chaos. This is why age isn't the death sentence many assume it to be. When you've seen every style, when you've absorbed every trick, you become something more dangerous than explosive. You become precise. That's what Manny is now, not just a brawler, a master.
I think about it that it's good for me to give my body rest. I able to rest for 4 years and now I'm back. The reason why I came back in boxing because I realized that I can still fight. I still have that passion. I still have that speed. I'm blessed by God. I feel happiness in my heart that I can come back here for a fight in Vegas. Nice. I mean, that's what I want.
Manny himself finally enters a conversation, and what he says shifts everything. Most fighters decline with time off, but Manny sees the opposite. Those 4 years, he calls them a blessing. His body rested, his mind recharged, the fire returned. There's truth here. In a sport that eats men alive, rest is rare. And in Manny's case, maybe it was the one thing he never gave himself. From flyweight wars to welterweight wars, he never stopped moving, never stopped chasing glory. But now, he's back with full clarity. He says the passion is real, the speed is still there, and most importantly, he feels happy again. That joy is dangerous. A happy Manny is a fast Manny, a confident Manny. He's not here because he needs to be. He's here because he wants to be. And when a legend comes back not for the money, but for the thrill, that's a different beast. He's not just looking to survive Barrios. He's looking to remind everyone who he is.
Huge fight, easily, it could be fight of the year. This is my moment. Like I said, I'm defending my title against a legend, and I couldn't have been more honored.
This one is simple but powerful. Manny says his body feels young, and no, it's not just talk. Because when you see a move, when you hear the joy in his voice, you realize this isn't the exhausted Manny from late-stage fights with Thurman or Horn. This is a man who's had time to rebuild, not just recover. The speed, it's there. The footwork, it's sharp. But beyond that, there's freshness. There's that old-school swagger in his step again. The bounce, the rhythm, the sudden pop that made him a nightmare in every weight class. When a fighter believes they're young, when they move like they're young, the age becomes irrelevant. Manny's not faking this. He's surprising even himself. And when a fighter of his caliber starts feeling better after a layoff, not worse, you start to wonder if he's about to pull off the unthinkable. Again,
I believe with fighting with Barrios, we can give a good fight and we can entertain the fans. I mean, that's pretty sure because Barrios is a good fighter also. He's a champion.
When Mario Barrios says this is his moment, you can hear the weight in his voice. He knows this isn't just a title defense. It's a shot at history. Fighting Manny Pacquiao isn't just a challenge. It's an honor. Barrios is young, explosive, and confident. But in that same confidence, there's also reverence. He calls Manny a legend for a reason. And here lies the psychological edge. Barrios may be strong, but he's also respectful. He grew up watching Manny. He idolized him. That admiration, while humble, can soften your edge. Can you truly go to war with someone you've worshipped? Manny, on the other hand, has no such conflict. He's seen hundreds of Barrios before, and he's beaten them all. Barrios is dangerous, but he's also stepping into territory where nerves expectations, and legacy intertwined. He's not just fighting for a win, he's fighting against a myth. And that pressure, that can break even the best.
But good luck for both fighters. I don't know. It's dangerous. This fight is dangerous for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao has 46 years old. But he's professional, he's training hard and every day.
Pacquiao isn't fighting for belts. He isn't chasing money. He's fighting for legacy and the fans. When he says he and Barrios will entertain, he's not just promising action. He's stating his mission. That's what's made Manny who he is. Not just victories, but memorable wars. Fights that etch themselves into boxing history. But even in that statement, Manny drops a subtle nod to Barrios' talent. He calls him a champion. He respects him. He sees Barrios not as a stepping stone, but as a dance partner for greatness. That humility has always made Manny dangerous. He never underestimates his opponents. He prepares like every fight is his last. That mindset, paired with experience, is lethal because when Manny enters the ring, he's not just boxing, he's performing, he's expressing. And when someone fights with both heart and mind, youth alone won't be enough to stop him.
I think, let me tell you something. I think Manny Pacquiao is the new...
When Juan Manuel Marquez, a man who went to war with Pacquiao 4 times, says this fight is dangerous, we listen. Marquez knows what it takes to handle Manny. And he also knows what can happen if you underestimate a legend. He acknowledges Pacquiao's age, but he also reminds us of something more important. Manny is a professional. This isn't some retired boxer looking for relevance. This is Manny Pacquiao, one of the most disciplined athletes the sport has ever known. And while age may dull the physical edge, it sharpens the mental blade. Manny's not training for a paycheck. He's training like it's life or death. Barrios, on the other hand, has everything to prove and everything to lose. The danger isn't just Manny's experience, it's Manny's will, his drive, his refusal to fade quietly. And when a legend steps into the ring with something left to prove, that's when miracles happen.
The most important thing is experience. Experience is for Manny Pacquiao. It's power, speed, and everything. I think Manny Pacquiao is the new...
Marquez doesn't mince words. He believes Manny will become world champion again. Coming from a man who traded leather with Pacquiao for nearly a decade, that statement holds weight. He's seen Manny at his best, studied him as most vulnerable, and still, he's convinced the fire hasn't gone out. It's not blind loyalty, it's knowledge. Marquez has felt Manny's timing, his rhythm, his uncanny ability to turn chaos into control. And he knows that kind of genius doesn't vanish with age. It adapts, it evolves. Barrios might be younger, he might be stronger, but Manny's weapon is wisdom. And in a sport like boxing, where one moment of brilliance can end everything, wisdom wins wars. Marquez believes, and if he does, maybe we should too. Marquez hits a nail on the head. Experience is power. Everyone talks about speed, strength, footwork, but nobody talked enough about what it means to have been through hell and still walk forward. Manny's fought legends, monsters, champions. He's seen every style, solved every puzzle, and that's his real advantage. Barrios might throw more punches. He might land a cleaner shot early. But the real question is, when it gets messy, when the pressure mounts, when fatigue creeps in, who keeps their head? Manny, every time.
Experience means knowing what's coming before it comes. It means adjusting mid-round. It means capitalizing on split-second mistakes. And Barrios, he's never faced anything like Manny. The power may come from the young fighter, but the control, that's Manny's alone.
Pacquiao needs to use speed, power, experience, and everything. And Mario Barrios is a young fighter. He has a strong fighter, but I think the most important thing in this fight, the experience. The experience is for Manny Pacquiao.
In his final thoughts, Marquez offers the perfect summary. Barrios is strong, but Manny has speed, power, and above all, experience. That's the blueprint. It's not about one thing. It's about everything Manny brings to the table. Combined, refined, and battle-tested. Barrios is the future, no doubt. But sometimes the future has to wait, because Manny isn't stepping in to pass the torch. He's stepping in to prove it still burns. He's not hoping for one last hurrah. He's demanding it, and that makes him more dangerous than ever. When the bell rings, youth will be tested. Power will explode. But experience? Experience will wait. It will observe. It will adapt. And eventually, it will strike. That's the story of Manny Pacquiao. Not just a fighter, a student of war. And on July 19th, against the hungry Mario Barrios, Manny will once again put the old school to the test. Because while Barrios may come with fire, Manny comes with the map. Will it be enough? That's what makes this fight unmissable. This is Boxy Hub. If you love deep fight breakdowns, legends clashing with lions, and honest analysis, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. The real fight starts here.